What's going on, everybody? It's your observant lineman, Uche Nwaneri, and we are back with Trench Warfare. Now, for those of you who are new to the channel, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to my channel, the observant lineman, Uche Nwaneri. I'd appreciate that very much. Also, observant lineman memberships are now a thing, so you can hit the join button and receive particular perks, shout outs, wallpapers, discounts on merchandise, things of that nature. Would really appreciate it if you take a look at that as well. But today we are going to be getting into the Week 16 matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles, huge rivals. And this game was one that had a particular amount of importance to it, mainly because the Cowboys needed to win this game to keep their playoff hopes in their own control. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my Trench War videos, these videos are basically me picking a few plays out of any part of a game, just going over the technique and the operation of the offensive line in general. And in this video, I'll do the same. I'm going to start this game in the last 2 minutes of the fourth quarter. The Cowboys have the ball right before the 2-minute warning and are trying to get in the end zone for a chance to tie the game. They're down by 8. It is a 17-9 game, and they're down by 8 trying to get into the end zone. Let's look at what the Cowboys did on the O-line during this game. So we're taking a look at the formation here, and the Cowboys are in a 3-by-1 set, 3 receivers up top, 1 receiver down low. And we're gonna look first at the pocket that the quarterback has to pass out of. Now in this play, looks like we got a pretty clean pocket here, not much penetration off the edge at all, or in the middle. The depth of the pocket is set, the width of the pocket is set, and the Cowboys are giving Dak Prescott the time he needs to make a good throw. And on this play, he makes a throw down into the middle of the field, but he does so without receiving much pressure at all. So overall, O-line did a good job there, but let's take a look at it from the end zone camera. That way we can have a real close look at technique. Now, Travis Frederick made his point to 47, who's going to be the called backer here. If he comes on any pressure blitz, they'll be picking him up. But let's take a look here at first our right tackle, who's Laik Collins. Laik Collins right here. Didn't like the way he took a hop at the end of his kick slide. Also, if you take a look here, it looks like he's a little bit on his toes, leaning forward. That puts him in a pretty bad position to hold his block if he comes against a better and more dynamic rusher. Now taking a look at our interior 3, you have Travis Frederick at the center spot, Zach Martin at the right guard. Frederick is in a good position to stay arranged to help out his right guard. He's got his eyes to Zach Martin, which is exactly what you want. And they're working that double team on 93. And of course, you look at Tyron Smith on the left side. He's got the entire play locked down on his defensive end. No pressure from that side. So overall, very good by everyone on the line. I'd like to see a little bit better from the right tackle in terms of his footwork and his leverage, but a good job by the O-line in that play. All right, so now we just had the 2-minute warning. Cowboys are at the 19-yard line. Urgency's got to be high here, and again, they're in a 3-by-1 formation. Running back's in, but he's probably going to be going out of the backfield, which he does. We look at the pocket here, and I don't like seeing Tyron Smith's numbers like that. You never want to see your tackles backs to the quarterback. That does give the defensive end a two-way go on them. And here you're going to see 71, right tackle. Once again, another situation here where I look at the 2-3 techniques we have over both guards. They're pretty wide. You've got to be thinking to yourself, if you're an offensive lineman, that you're going to be getting games out of D linemen when they're lined up that wide. That's what we get here on the right side with Zach Martin and Collins. Zach Martin actually does a very good job at sending that defensive tackle to Collins. And you can look at Travis Frederick here with Joe Looney. They both have 91 pretty much sealed up there. Frederick's got his eyes to Zach Martin in case of any kind of leakage to the inside. So that's a good job at making sure that he has that covered as well. Now, if you take a look at Tyron Smith here, he has good hand placement, wants to get that inside arm in, but he does do a good job at being in good position, working his man up the field, and he has his guy under control. But coming back over here to the right tackle spot, we can see that that defensive tackle that penetrated, that Zach Martin sent to the right tackle Collins, he has now gotten Collins off balance because of his bad footwork. He has that left foot in the air, and he's being pushed backwards by a one long-armed bull rush, and that is going to set up for this defensive tackle to be able to slip in on the inside, because when you have your back facing the quarterback, the defensive end has a two-way go. And in this situation, he's able to slip inside, heck of a hustle play, makes the sack, and that's a huge play for the Philadelphia Eagles. And that is solely on technique and footwork from 71 at the right tackle position. Now we're looking at a 3rd and 8. Cowboys are backed up a little bit here. Looks like they're going to stay in a 3-by-1 this time to the right side of the field. And if you take a look before the snap, the Eagles are lined up in a little bit of an awkward alignment for their defensive line. But to start here with the pocket once again looks like it's solid from the very start. But we will see a little bit of some of the leaks in the O-line here on this particular play when we get to the end zone film. Now look here at the defensive line. You've got 3 D linemen to the right side of the screen and 1 defensive end lined up way over on the left. That is to try and get that right tackle to overset so that they can work a move on him. Let's take a look at the play here at the snap. You look at the kick that 71 has. He takes 1 kick, then he opens his hips, runs towards the defensive end. That is the absolute worst case scenario. His feet are crossed. Look at his legs. He's leaning on the defensive end. That's something that can get you into big trouble when you're going up against a good pass rusher who's rushing you wide. We look at the interior here with Zach Martin and Travis Frederick. They've got their guy lined up pretty well, got him covered up. Frederick has his eyes to his left guard, which is exactly what you want. You want your center to be able to help out where he can. And when we look at the left guard here, he is leaning at the waist, feet are flat. He's using his elbow to block the back of the defensive tackle. That is something that can be a recipe for disaster. If there's a counter move, you're going to be stuck in place, and that could set up for another situation where the quarterback ends up getting hit. And that is something that almost actually happens right here. You see him pushing too far upfield. He gets spun off of. Now your defensive tackle has a free go at the quarterback. Your center actually can't really help you here because the quarterback is in between him and the defensive tackle. So if Dak Prescott holds this for any amount of time longer, he's going to get hit. He's going to get sacked. So not a very good job by the left guard there. That is something that you have to work at on the offensive line. Got to keep your hands on them, not your elbows, and don't lean at the waist. Now here we are. This is for the ball game. It's 4th and 8. Cowboys need to convert here or need to get in the end zone in order to have a chance. Once again, they're going 3-by-1, 3 receivers down at the bottom, 1 at the top. Now we're taking a look at the pocket here. Initially, the pocket looked pretty good, but I think this is the one play out of all 4 of these plays where Tyron Smith actually gets in a little bit of trouble with his set. He gives up some inside pressure. Not sure if that really affects the throw or not, but at the end of the day, the pass is incomplete. Let's take a look at it from the end zone. As you can see here, they're lined up with the wide 3 techniques again, with the defensive end wide outside of the tight end who's actually detached from the formation. And what we're going to see here is, does 71 take a better set this time? And it looks like he does. He's more under control. He's settled down. His feet are in the ground. His hands are at the ready. Maybe want him a little bit higher, but overall much better than what he did last time. Look at the interior here. Travis Frederick, once again, him and Zach Martin have that pretty much sealed up. And on the left side of the O-line here, you're going to have Tyron Smith and Joe Looney, who are both playing up against a defensive game. Same game we saw earlier in the drive, with 91 being the penetrator up to Tyron Smith and the other defensive end looping around. Now, what's key here is the left guard does not actually give a good send of 91 up to Tyron Smith so that he can get that clean. When the defensive tackle is the penetrator, you have to send that penetrating defensive tackle across the left tackle's face. That way, Tyron Smith is able to receive him, stay on his angle, stay with his body positioned in the right way so that they can get a clean block on that. Because he doesn't get much of a push from his left guard, sending that defensive tackle, they're on 2 different levels, and that leaves a gap of space that allows for penetration from the deep tackle to get pressure on the quarterback. Now, he does do a good job of taking care of the looping defensive end here, but that pressure from 91 allows for maybe just a little bit of pressure that throws Dak Prescott's throw off just a little bit, and now you have an incompletion, and that's the end of the game. That's it for this installment of Trench Warfare. Let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments down below. What teams would you like to see next on Trench Warfare? What offensive lines would you like me to break down plays from the 2019 season? Really appreciate everybody for checking out this video. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you subscribe to the Observant Lineman, Uche Nwaneri, and I will catch you on the next video. Peace.